Hey guys, it's Raquel here with Matthew Daniels, hashtag the Real Bookworm. We're here just talking about his 334-page book. It's a new book that he wrote. Actually, it's not new at all, but it's new to some of you viewers out there. It's a 334-page book, literally a page turner. He really did it with this one, guys. Like, seriously, we've been getting amazing reviews on the book, and I know you viewers out there have a lot of questions for him, especially regarding the book Suicide Note. So I want him to introduce himself, and then he can just go from there.
First, I would just like to start off by saying thank you all for watching. You could be doing something else, you could be with someone else, but you chose to click this video and watch me. As she already stated, my name is Matthew Daniels. I like to go by the handle The Real Bookworm for obvious reasons. This is my personal library in the back. I love to read. Anybody that knows me knows that I always have my nose inside of a book. The main topics that I like to research and study and read about is I'm into ancient history, I'm into ancient religion, I'm into philosophy and how the mind works. I'm currently employed as a general manager for McDonald's. Started at the bottom, worked my way up, started in the grill. Now I'm running my own store off Bay Area Boulevard in Webster, Texas. I'm ambitious, I'm motivated, I'm hardworking, I'm goal orientated, and I just want the best. I just want the best out of life. I'm trying to get whatever it is that I can get, and I'm trying to be successful, not only for me, but for my wife, my kids, and for my entire family. That's who Matthew Daniels is.
Awesome. So it's good to know that literally somebody who started in the kitchen and then worked their way up and became just a regular manager, then assistant manager, and then a store manager. And aren't you taking some trying to get your diploma through Archways of Opportunity through McDonald's?
Well, yes. Actually, one of the programs that McDonald's offers for the individuals that work for them, crew and managers alike, is if an individual wants to continue their education, they allow money that's set aside to be put towards that individual furthering their education. One of the things I regret in life is I never graduated high school. I'm very, very intelligent, and that's coming from a humble place, not to toot my own horn, but I had no business dropping out of school. But I got caught up running with the wrong crowds, getting into the wrong things, and my focus of life shifted off of empowering myself and bettering myself. So, I wanted to be a gangster, wanted to be a thug, I wanted to run the streets. So I dropped out around 17. But now, with the company that I'm with currently, they have a program to where individuals such as myself who never graduated can enter the program, and for free, they pay the entire cost themselves. I can now try to get my high school diploma, not a GED, the actual diploma. So I signed up for the classes, they accepted me, and I'm currently on my own time online. I'm actually studying to get my high school diploma. After I get that, I plan on furthering my education and getting maybe some type of college degree. I'm real big on education.
Well, we can definitely see that here with your 334 page. I don't think going to getting your high school diploma at 17 stopped you any, because, I mean, literally, that is incredibly positive for somebody to come from where they've been and just be able to crawl out of it their self and just be at the top and say, I did it, You're not at the top yet until you hit 1,000 books. When you sell 1,000 books, when you hit
we on the way. We on the way.
When you hit 1,000 books, then we can say you did it, okay?
Okay.
But until then, let's let these viewers
You do gotta have a goal though. So the goal can be the 1,000 books.
Yeah.
You write that on the wall, keep track of what we're selling, and when we hit it, we can have a party.
Yeah, definitely. So I heard that you said that you're into certain type of genres and stuff like that. What made you write a urban fiction, if that's the type of stuff that you read?
Honestly, I never intended to write an urban fiction novel. Never. It was the farthest thing away from my mind. I was attempting to write a science fiction novel. I wanted to write a story about an individual who went back in time, was on a plane, got lost in the Bermuda Triangle, and because of the Bermuda Triangle, he traveled back in time and encountered some natives of ancient Africa, etc., etc., etc. But I actually wrote Suicide Note while I was in prison. More on that later. And while I was in prison, I had a limited amount of resources to research the type of book that I was writing. So when I encountered a situation in which I was trying to accurately describe what sub-Saharan Africa would have looked like 10,000 years ago, I had no way to access the books and the research material to accurately describe it.
Yeah.
You know? And so I didn't have enough internal knowledge in my brain to convincingly tell that type of a story, and I had no library to go to research it. So what I did was, in order to complete a full book, I had to draw from a source that I had a wealth of knowledge of. And as I mentioned earlier, my life did veer off course as a teenager. It was nothing for me to encapsulate a thrilling plot inside of a street setting. So I took my intentions of writing a page turner, a suspenseful, a book that will grab your attention with plot twist after plot twist after plot twist, and I wrapped it inside of something that I could talk about for days: selling drugs, gang banging, fights, shootouts, car chases, running from the police, trying to hustle your way to $1 million. I had to place my plot inside of a setting that I could accurately describe. So the urban fiction novels, they fit because I didn't need to research a gram, an ounce. I didn't need to research weed. I didn't need to research gang violence. I didn't need to research car chases. I didn't need to research police. I didn't need to research the things that go along with the genre of urban fiction novels because I lived it. And since I lived it, I could speak about it in a way where I could take the reader there. And once I took the reader there, I was able to give them the plot twist that I feel only I could give them.
Speaking of plot twist, I see that there was a huge plot twist when it came down to your life, because from dropping out at 17, you know, being in the drug scene and the gang scene and just not living the way you're supposed to, and especially going to prison, and then coming out with a book that you actually wrote while you were in prison, and then come out and do something so positive. You know, which is amazing. Which brings me to the question: how did you become in the Galveston newspaper in 2009?
You talking about the article that they wrote over the book? Well, that's interesting, and it goes back to the question you asked me earlier when you asked me to describe myself, and I said that I was ambitious and I'm motivated and I'm goal orientated. Well, I live by a simple ideology when it comes to things of that nature. All press is good press. No promotion is bad promotion. Just make sure you spell my name right. So for real, just make sure you spell my name right. So when I was attempting to sell my book the first time I was selling it, because I sold it before, and you know some things happened that we can go into later. When I was selling my book,
tell us what happened.
Well, okay, and I'll segue into that. I lost my train of thought. What was you asking?
I was asking you, how did you get in the Galveston County Daily Newspaper?
Okay, yeah. How did I get in the Galveston County Daily Newspaper? Well, I had began to sell my book. And so I knew that I would need some type of promotion, some type of press from an outside source to help not only validate me as an author, but to also expose me to a wider audience and to get my name and my book and my ambitions out and known to the public. And what better place to go to than the Galveston County Daily newspaper? It's the biggest newspaper in the area that I live in. So I called them. And I told them my story, and I told them what I was doing. And the interviewer was so impressed with an individual who started as a nerd. I've always been a bookworm. I've always been a nerd, always been a geek, whose life got off track. And I went from a nerd to a gangster, thug, drug dealer, low down, actually. Some of the things that I actually got myself into. Went to prison, got my mind right, realized that that's not who I was. Came home with a new mind state and a new purpose and a new focus in life. And when I explained that to them, the interviewer ate it up. The interviewer jumped on it. And the interviewer felt like that would be a nice story to run, a nice story to write, a nice story to tell. So I actually contacted them and just told them who I was. I told them my story, and they felt like it was newsworthy. And subsequently, they printed a story about me in their paper back in 2009, did a whole article on me.
That's nice. That really is. I also want the viewers to know, because we're talking about your book, and everything like that. What is the book actually about? I know you gave us some hints on it whenever you were saying that it's about somebody trying to work their way up to the top. There's a lot of plot twists, and everything like that. But I kind of want to give the viewers a nice background, so they know if it's for them or not.
Okay. Do you mind if I give a shameless plug?
Go ahead.
Real quick. Shameless plug, okay? First of all, if you want to know what the book is about, I'm offering the first chapter for free to anybody who wants it. All you need to do is inbox me your email address, and I'll send you a copy of the first chapter, and you can read the first chapter and see if it's something that you will want to get into.
And you're
yourself.
saying for free they can get the first chapter.
They can get the first chapter totally for free.
Well, there you go, guys. That's way better than a summary, okay? You get the first chapter. Nobody does that. You
can read it yourself without paying any money.
How do they do that?
Any money. Well, primarily you can reach out to me or my wife on Facebook. My name on Facebook is Matthew Daniels. I currently run a group, The Real Bookworm, again, because I am the real bookworm. You got a lot of fake bookworms.
Literally, no. This is all him right here, okay?
They pretend like they read a lot. But she can tell you, not a day goes by that I'm not turning some pages. So if you reach out to me on Facebook, go out and just join my group, The Real Bookworm, or reach out to me directly, Matthew Daniels. And just all you have to do is just inbox me your email address with the with some information letting me know that you are requesting a copy of the first chapter of my book, and I'll send it to anyone. And I've already sent out, in the past 3 days, we've already done about 30. And that's just in the past 3 days, I've sent out about 30.
How do they just buy the book, though? What if it's a page turner, they read the first chapter, and hey, they want another one? How would they go about getting that?
Well, presently, there's 2 ways that I'm selling the book.
Oh, okay.
I'm selling it in electronic version, where you can get it for only $2.50. Since I'm selling it electronically and I don't have to pay for the printing cost, then I'm able to sell it for an extremely discounted rate. So an individual who, let's say you already know about me, or you already heard of someone who read the book and they liked it and you're taking their word for it and you just want to buy the book, you can inbox me via Facebook and let me know that you want to purchase the book, and I'll send you my PayPal link. You send $2.50 only. You don't have to send $10. You don't have to send $5. You don't have to send $20. Just the $2.50, and I'll immediately, me or my wife, she helps me out with a lot of this. We'll actually send you a copy of the book. If you get the first chapter and you like it, again, all you would have to do is just inbox us and just let us know that you're interested. Let us know that we're interested. We'll send you the PayPal link. Put the $2.50 in the PayPal, and we're going to send you the book. The other option is we are getting more physical copies printed up. Now the physical copy obviously, it'll be a little more than the $2.50 because right now we're paying out of pocket to get it printed up, so it'll be around $20. So we have the physical copy for $20, but you can just inbox me and let you know let us know that you want, and we'll send you the PayPal link. You hit the PayPal, we'll make sure that the book gets sent out to you. If you're in our area, we'll bring it to you. And we have the electronic version of it for $2.50. And I would just like to add as well, we're currently looking into some self-publishing sites, So this is another way that I'm trying to generate a few funds to pay for the self-publishing services so that we can get the book printed up with the correct binding, with the correct cover, and we can try to take this book, all the way, get it in Barnes and Nobles and get it in on Amazon.com and get it in all of the major bookstores around the world and have my voice heard.
Awesome. Well, that's all I have for you, and I think the interview went great. I hope that we answered all of your questions. If there was something that we didn't answer for you that you might like to know, just leave it in the comments below. Or
I would like to, before you quit, I don't mean to cut you off. I don't want to cut your flow, but it was one thing that we said that we was going to segue into that you asked me to segue into that I didn't, and I thought it was going to come back up, and it just popped in my mind about me selling the books previously. And I stopped selling the book.
Oh yeah, what happened to him?
Well, again, a lot of this initially is just like starting up your own business. You have to put a lot of your own money into it, which is fine if it's your dream. You should be willing to do that, which I am willing to do. So I found this place. I was getting the books printed up, and I was selling the books, and we had a nice flow. Each time I went and bought a new batch of books, I was getting 10 to 20 books and selling out within the week. And unfortunately, what happened was I spent about $500 on a batch of books, and I had them inside of my trunk. And I had them inside of the trunk of my vehicle. So whenever I was around somebody who wanted to buy the book, I always had the book on me, and I could, get the money and I could give them the product. And one night it rained real bad, and the car that I had, it was an older car that my mother had let me drive because I hadn't purchased my own vehicle yet. My mother had gave me one of her older vehicles because, again, I was around a year out of prison. I hadn't actually got on my feet yet, and water got into the trunk of the car, and all of my books got ruined. And it was almost like I took a major loss. Around $500 was down the drain, that I took out of my own pocket, and I needed to make that money back. Actually, this is one of the sole survivors out of that batch. This is one of the sole survivors out of that batch. You can see some of the water damage on it. So I couldn't sell those with the water damage. So taking that big of a loss, early on in my McDonald's career, I was still making close to minimum wage. I wasn't able to recover, and it kind of went by the wayside. And so now I'm trying to revamp those efforts, and I'm trying to push the book once again. And but that's basically what happened. I lost the whole shipment, basically.
But 1,000 books, though. We gotta go. We'll get there.
We're gonna get there. Especially with the response we're getting. And I appreciate everybody who's bought it electronically. I appreciate everybody who's bought the physical copy. I appreciate everybody who's requested the first chapter for free. Thank you. Everybody that's telling anybody about it. Word of mouth is what gets it. Word of mouth is what gets it. So if you have the book, if you're gonna get the book, if you like the book, just please tell a friend. Let someone know, and I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the support. I cannot stress that enough. That's why I'm at with it, from the heart, man. From the heart. Thank you for even watching this.
All right, guys. So we're going to close out here. So y'all have a good one.
The Real